This is November the 2nd, the day after the scariest day of the year, Halloween. Uh, it's a pretty scary world out there. There's a big elections are coming up, and everybody's all frightened of both your right-wing fascism rising or your left-wing fascism rising. Myself, I'm okay with it. I think we're doing pretty good. It's going to be a little battle. To the end of the week, it's going to be for political nerds like myself, like the Super Bowl. I'm saying I'm still undecided who I'm going to vote for. I'm what you call your basic independent. Every thought and I have, I go with the flow. I feel that day. I'm a, I'm an artiste, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, the big news right now is Elon Musk has gotten Twitter, which has upset a few people of the left with liberal persuasion. The guy who was the previous head of basically Twitter, who actually eliminated the Trumper from Twitter, exiled him permanently. And as he was fired himself and canceled in his own way as an employment with Twitter by Elon, the electric car Musk, he said he flipped him. He did a flip, flipping giving Ian in the bird, and said now it's like Valley France taking over this violation. Now anybody who knows history, Valley or Valley, or I'm probably mispronouncing it, was the puppet government of the Nazis with Fiends. Ergo, he's implying that Musk is a Nazi. Now, I have my doubts about that. First off, Nazis, Adolf Hitler wasn't known for his embracement of your basic freedom of speech to say what you want. He was a little bit of a censor, and I don't see that. I don't see that in Eon. I think he's okay in my book. He just wants freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and the right to travel in your own, and it's just basically freedom of speech. You gotta have it. It's an absolute. I'm not just saying, hey, kill that guy. And it has to be a direct kill that guy. And Musk hasn't said kill that guy. And another of the conservatives are saying kill that guy. And no abstract, oh, he said something nasty, but no. It has to be direct, kill that guy. Order ahead. Now, talking about your basic Nazis or fascists, there's Mussolini seen at the mansion. This is connecting both the occult and the political. Apparently, at Mussolini's old mansion, the Deuce, is haunting the place. This was him and his mistress used to live in this mansion, and I think it was mistress. Though he has some nerve, but he was the Deuce, so he had a mistress, and he had a wife. Yeah, well, like he's Italian, but what can I say? It's culture. It's a cultural thing. You have to have, your mistress and your basic wife. Any mafia don or politician knows that. Anybody who could afford it doesn't. This is just culture. Don't be prejudiced. It's just culture. It's like when Cuomo was filling up all those girls, copping the fields. It's a culture. We're like that. And I'm not like that. I have to keep myself in check because I'm only 1/5 Italian, and so I can only like molest with like one hand. And I deal with all with my eyes. Anyway, apparently, Mussolini, they have a sighting of him like in the mirror, the look with the Mussolini face, and the Deuce is in the mirror, and he appeared when somebody took a old uniform of it and put it on his bed. His mistress appears, but she's like a man, loves a man who's in a uniform, apparently goes to Frisky, and Moose made an appearance like, Jesus is done in graham crackers. That happens. Yeah, I was shocked. I thought of anybody coming back from the dead, it wouldn't be the Moose. It would be somebody like Houdini. But the Moose came back. Well, it's fun saying that Trump is a fascist. Now, I have to admit he has Mussolini-esque ways about him. in terms of his speech making, in terms of his comic delivery. You know, I always thought Moose was a laugh riot until he sided with Hitler, and then I thought, well, then we have no laughs at his expense, because the Italian army of World War II was not a fighting force of a formidable force. And Moose thought it was going to be the Roman legions rose from the dead, and didn't work out. Didn't work out for the Deuce. Anyway, now talking about your authoritarians criticizing our great democracy, apparently this Russian propagandist for TV was critiquing how the Friends was the difference between Americans and Russians, circa the Friends of the show of the 1990s, and that justified the Ukrainian war, which means that the Russian propagandist was out of her freaking mind. There's a lot of mental illness going around nowadays. Apparently, what offended the Russian woman was a pilot episode in which Ross accepted the fact that his wife left him for a lesbian and was having a kid with the lesbian, and Ross was, okay with it. I don't know. I don't know if I would be okay with that. Oh God, turning a woman to lesbian who showed no signs. Well, but apparently this justifies the invasion of Ukraine to keep our Western ways away from the Russians, who don't they're not nice with the lesbians, and you can't organize politically if you're in the gay community. Here you can organize everything. In the United States, you can organize a cult around shoelaces. I worship the shoelace. Now, but there was, I could see her point in certain ways. Other than that, I see the fact that they had friends, and this was the first frightening sighting and manifestation of the friend zone. Here you had good-looking people, and that went on for years with them not doing the hoopy-doop. Now, when I say the hoopy-doop, you know what I'm talking about. The huckabub. I'm not going to use that language. I mean, it's not great for a man of my years to use dirty language. It's inappropriate. And this is a kids channel. Anyway, they're looking at each other for years. You had the Italian guy, and you had all these girls that were very attractive, and nobody's getting frisky for years. And then finally, last season, they jumped the shark, and everybody's doing everybody else. It wouldn't last that long. Believe me. The friend zone, even with the friend zone, that zone would not last that long. Not with people that good looking. A few drinks, a little friskiness. Now, with average people, with beautiful people, the friend zone can last quite a while. God knows I've been in the friend zone, and nobody warned me. If I could go back in time, they say, "Hey, would you stop Hitler? Would you stop the atomic bomb from being bad?" No, I would warn everybody, every man in this world, about the horrors, the monstrousness of the friend zone. Where you could be there and say, "Well, what limbo am I in?" Because I'm right next to the beautiful girl, and she's talking to me all the time about her boyfriend and her sex life. That does not include you. It used to be the women had the decency, if they had a male friend who they confided in them, they had the decency to only do it with gay men. I feel that the friend zone is an insidious plot. A woman's she don't even like the guys in the friend zone. She knows it touches us. It's evil. It's a petty crime. It's not a felony. It's a misdemeanor, but a cumulative misdemeanors all together make a felony. That's all I'm saying. Now we're getting into politics here. The governor, Asher, I can't even pronounce her name, a puppet face. She sticks to her conspiracy theory that basically the crime is not really going on. We're all imagining people being pushed into tracks, and machete fights in the subways, and strangulations and rapes and murders and all that stuff. It's all in our heads. not with millions of people, you're bound to have some beheadings going on every day. 6 murders a day, well, it's a drop in the bucket, and a very big bucket. I believe I'm concerned about this woman's mental health or intellectual capabilities. She's either crazy, deluded, or lying, or dense. I don't know which or. They have feather flubs, and I think this is not right. The man had a stroke. You don't make fun of people who have strokes, even if they're trying to become a congressman. Because he'll fit right in with the other Australians. They're all in the Joe Biden merry-go-round of dementia, half of them, and the others he'll assume to be. They're talking about Joe Biden. They keep on saying he has dementia. I love Joe Biden. I love the man. I can hear. It's not that I dislike Joe Biden. I fear for him, because he's eating his ice cream and he's saying that the economy's good. And I'm thinking, is he cognitively there, or is he basically brain freeze? Because he shouldn't be, and he shouldn't be riding the bike. The man of his years, he falls off the bike. He's been okay. He's been so spry, he hasn't broken anything. But sooner or later, the hip is going to go. And it's wrong. It's wrong to put a man like that way. And he doesn't know. He shakes hands with imaginary people. And I get a few laughs about it. But it's not right because I feel guilty about it. I'm going to go in that direction. I'm not that far from Joe. Joe is 20 years older than I am. I'm 63. He's 79 and going to be 82 pretty soon when he runs for president. He'll be 20 years older than I am. And let me tell you, I ain't all up there. There's those brain cells dying as we speak. Anyway, so I think he should not run, and that Kamala Harris should run, even though she has the Joker disease that she giggles in an inappropriate way. When the pressure's on, she goes hee 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 hee. And what offends me is when they do impressions in comedy shows, they don't have the crazy ass giggle. Now let me tell you something. You can't make her a cool black lady unless you break up the black lady with crazy giggle joker laughs. You gotta put it in there. It's not a real. You're not being truthful in your impersonations. That's all I'm saying. You're showing your bias. But there are good things going on, and bad things. For instance, New York City hitman slain first. A bike riding, a moped riding, or hitman who had a gun was shot by a drive-by shooter in a car. Now you may say, "Where's the upside of this? What are you talking about? It's murder in the streets. There's bloodshed." No. If you think about it, New York City gangbangers, which is a drug-related gangbanger situation, are notorious for their bad aim. In fact, when they shoot each other, everybody's going to get killed, but the two guys are trying to shoot each other. So this is apparently at last they're doing target practice somewhere. They go into the firing range. So they're going to shoot each other, and it's not that big a loss when two murderous people kill each other. It's when they kill the general population because they're doing this, they're doing that, and then they have bad aim. It's just that way. Or there may be a lot of stigmatism near side in the community of gangbangers. I don't know. I haven't researched it. Anyway, growing Java concern. Now this concerns me because apparently if you have a little bit of caffeinated coffee every day, the women, when they're pregnant, their kid, it takes an inch off the size of the babies. When they grow up, no NBA. I didn't know this. This I did not know. This means, in other words, half the country could be in the NBA if they had their Java. They were teams holders. Now, this was instituted by Institute of Research. I suspect the tea companies were behind it. The tea, it's the English. The English with their teas, and that's what it's all about. They want to sell their teas because, you could be an NBA player. You could be 6'3" or 6'8". That's too tall. That's not true. I don't believe it. I think 6 foot John Wayne size, fine. Anything beyond that is excess. That's all I got to say. Well, this is going to be a short one. I'm going to do I'm going to do a series of shorts. Let me see. Take my little list away. Okay, let me see. I had it right here. That's why I was trying to look it directly in here. I got my shirt. What shirt? Oh, this is not. Do I have my shirt on backwards? Oh, I don't know. This should be a water. I don't know what's going on. I'm making fun of Joe Biden. I'm not that, who the pothole and the tea kettle, another color. Anyway, gotta go. Gonna do this again later in the day. Gotta take a little shower, dress myself up, and then I'm gonna look good. There's my heroes, Benny Hill, Benny, Dice Clay, Howard Stern. There's Robin Williams peeking over to my side is your female Amazons. There's a young Vinny up there, and Gene Tunney. Although I'm a bigger fan of Jack Dempsey, and I don't have the book, I'm going to buy a book and put Jackie up there. Jack the Giant Killer. Anyway, gotta go. Gotta go. Okay. And